20 years. It feels like a lifetime ago, and yet, like it was only yesterday. The world outside this room keeps spinning. Days turn into nights, seasons change, but in here, time just stops. It's quiet. A peaceful kind of quiet. The kind that lets you hear your own thoughts a little too clearly. I trace the lines on your hand, the one I've held 1,000,000 times. It's still the same hand that held mine on our first date. The one that pulled me close when we danced in the rain. The one that waved goodbye to my family as we chose our own path. Together. Do you remember that day? My mother's face, etched with worry. My father's stern silence, louder than any argument. They said I was throwing my life away. They said you were a risk. A boy with nothing but dreams in his pockets. But when I looked at you, I didn't see a risk. I saw my future. I saw that infectious smile that could light up a whole city, and eyes that saw me. We were so young, weren't we? Unstoppable. We were going to build an empire, just the two of us, against the world. It's you and me forever, you whispered, and I believed it with every fiber of my being. I chose you. Unconditionally, and I'd do it all over again. The memories come in flashes, like old film reels flickering in my mind. That tiny apartment we first rented, the one with the leaky faucet and the window that wouldn't close properly. We didn't have much, but we had everything. We'd stay up all night talking, planning, dreaming. You wanted to open a little bookstore cafe, remember? A place with comfy chairs and the smell of old paper and fresh coffee. I was going to paint murals on the walls. Our own little corner of the world. We were so sure, so full of that beautiful, reckless hope that only youth can hold. But then there are other flashes. The ones I try so hard to push away. The screech of tires on wet asphalt. The deafening shatter of glass. The cold, metallic scent of fear and rain. It's a scene that plays on a loop in the dead of night. A horror movie I can't turn off. One moment, you were laughing, teasing me about my off-key singing to the radio. The next, silence. A different kind of silence. Not peaceful. This one was heavy, suffocating. It was the sound of our future breaking. The doctors used words I didn't understand. Spinal cord injury. Permanent paralysis. A life sentence delivered in a sterile, white room that smelled of antiseptic and despair. They told me you'd never walk again, never hold me again, never live the life we'd so carefully planned. They looked at me with pity, this young woman whose world had just crumbled. My family called. "Come home," they said. "We told you so." But how could I leave? I made a vow. In sickness and in health. It wasn't just words spoken at an altar we never got to stand at. It was a promise etched onto my soul. So I stayed. I became your hands, your legs, your voice when you couldn't find yours. I learned to navigate this new world of wheelchairs and therapy sessions, of medications and quiet, endless nights. The first few years were a blur of hope and frustration. We fought, my God, did we fight? You pushed me away, drowning in a bitterness I couldn't reach. You said I was wasting my life, that I should leave, that you were setting me free. But I held on. I held on to the man I fell in love with, the one I knew was still in there, buried under layers of pain and anger. And slowly, so slowly, he started to come back. We found a new rhythm, a new way to be us. I'd read to you for hours, just like we dreamed of in our little bookstore cafe. We'd watch old movies, and I'd describe the scenes you couldn't see clearly. Sometimes I'd even see a flicker of that old smile, a ghost of the boy who promised me forever. Those were the good days. The days that made it all feel worth it. The days I could tell myself that love, our love, was enough. But love doesn't pay the bills. Love doesn't heal a broken body. And love gets tired. I look at myself in the reflection of the dark window now. Who is this woman? Her eyes carry a weariness that 20 years of youth shouldn't have. Her smile lines are mixed with worry lines. I spend my days working a job I hate to keep us afloat, and my nights here, in this quiet room, watching you sleep. I've become a caretaker, a nurse, a provider. But somewhere along the way, I think I stopped being a partner. I stopped being me. The dinner I brought is still on the bedside table, cold and untouched. You haven't had much of an appetite lately. Or maybe you just don't want the food I bring. It's hard to tell. You don't talk much anymore. The silence between us has grown, filled with all the things we can no longer say, all the dreams that have turned to dust. The quiet isn't peaceful anymore. It's empty. A single tear escapes and traces a path down my cheek. It's not a tear of sadness, not really. It's a tear for the girl I was, the one who believed love could conquer all. It's a tear for the man you were, full of life and laughter. And it's a tear for the us that has been slowly fading for years, until all that's left is this shadow, this obligation. In sickness and in health, for better or for worse, I've held up my end of the bargain. I've given you my youth, my dreams, my everything. I hear it then, just for a second, the echo of your laughter from a lifetime ago, a sound so vivid it makes my heart ache. It bounces off these sterile walls and then fades, swallowed by the silence. And in that silence, something inside me shifts. The exhaustion that has been my constant companion for so long hardens into something else. Resolve. I gently place your hand back on the blanket. It feels foreign now, no longer a part of me. My vow was to love you forever. And I will. I will always love the man you were. I will always love the dream we had. But the woman I am now, she has to live. She has to find a life outside the four walls of this room. For better or for worse. And this, I realize, is the worse. Loving you means letting myself go. And I can't do that anymore. I take one last look at your sleeping face, committing it to a memory I will tuck away with all the others. The good and the bad. The laughter and the tears. Our story. It's time to write a new chapter. Mine. I stand up, my legs feeling strangely steady. I smooth down my dress, take a deep breath, and turn towards the door. The hallway light spills into the room, a path leading out of the darkness. And for the first time in a very long time, I'm not looking back. I'm walking away.